Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
The next eulogy will be by the Mayor of Quezon City, Mayor Adelina
Brigadier General
Rodriguez.
Tomas B. Caringal lies here before us in the peaceful and blessed repose of death, delivered at last from the multifarious dangers to which he must have been exposed during his long, glorious career as a constabulary, army, and police officer. General Caringal died a true soldier's death in the hands of the forces of evil against which he had fought all his life. He now belongs to the hall of immortals who have died for their country and people. After serving in various capacities with the constabulary and the army, General Caringal became police chief of Quezon City for the first time in 1960. He left the force in 1962 to head the Bureau of Customs Law Enforcement Unit until 1963. When he was reappointed Quezon City Police Chief, a position he held until October 1976, when he was designated Superintendent of the Northern Police District. By that time, he had served as Police Chief of Quezon City continuously for 13 years, the longest ever in Quezon City. And during this span of 13 years, General Caringal upgraded the police services under his command, resulting in the containment of crime and the maintenance of peace and order in Quezon City. Needless to say, the untimely death of General Caringal is a great loss to the country, to Metro Manila, and above all, to Quezon City, which he had served so well and so long. But even in death, the General will continue to be of service to all law enforcers, for he has left a legacy of valor, of dedication, of patriotism, and of integrity, which will serve as an inspiration for those who are left to pursue the unending fight against the forces of evil. More than anybody in any other town or city in Metro Manila, nay, in the entire country, the people of Quezon City, to the last man, woman, and child, grieve over the death of General Caringal, for in him they lost a true friend and protector, one whom they can call their very own. In behalf of the grieving people of Quezon City and of the city government, may I express and convey our most heartfelt condolences to the family, relatives, friends, and colleagues of Major Tomas, of General Tomas B. Karingal, an officer and a gentleman in the truest sense of the words.
Vice Governor Ismael Mathay Jr. of the Metro Manila Commission will recite the next eulogy.
The grief we feel today as we gather around our fallen colleague in public service is already much too difficult to bear. In my case, however, I feel this grief has even doubled. Tom was more than just a respected and admired colleague. He was a very dear and close friend. He was my compadre. My career in public service owes a debt of gratitude to Tom. And if there is any cause for regret at this time, it is that I have perhaps failed to tell him so in this straightforward and unequivocal terms. I remember very distinctly 1967, when our beloved friend and colleague was to have been the running mate of the late Mayor Norberto Amoranto in Quezon City. As police chief of Quezon City, he had elicited the respect and love of the residents of the city. Tomas B. Karingal was a wise and logical choice for the vice mayoralty, and his political supporters worked day and night to convince him to run. At that time too, however, I was being asked to run for the same position. Young and full of idealism, although virtually a political upstart, I had consented and was willing to work myself to the bone to ensure a successful campaign. But the biggest question in my mind then was, how could this be achieved with Police Chief Tomas Karingal running for the same post? We all know the story now. Tom withdrew his candidacy in my favor. He was called back to active duty by President Marcos as a full colonel and reinstated Chief of Police of Quezon City, and I got to be the official running mate of the then Mayor Norberto Amoranto. This is how I got to be Vice Mayor in 1967. Tom Karingal was a soldier first and foremost. It was his whole life, and he died serving that role. He could have been Vice Mayor Karingal, and who knows, perhaps Mayor of Quezon City. But then he knew, despite the proddings of his political backers, that he could contribute best in the field of law enforcement. And there he stayed on, being appointed for the second time as Quezon City Police Chief and working closely with me and Mayor Amoranto in keeping Quezon City the premier city that it was. There was no bitterness or recrimination in Tom, and this struck me deeply. He gave up his political dream in my favor, but there was nothing in him that displayed any misgivings or hesitance to cooperate. On the contrary, we got to be very close friends. At that time, during the birth of student activism at the State University in 1968, we were together. At that time, the chief of the Metrocom was General Mariano Ordonez. During the time that a misguided few students from the University of the Philippines barricaded the university campus for 2 weeks, Tom Karingal was in the forefront negotiating with the students. So close, in fact, that he asked me to stand as sponsor to the wedding of his daughter, Mila. And with our being compadres was sealed our lasting bond of friendship and affinity. Ours was a friendship and official relationship that spanned many years. Even at the time of his gory death at the hands of the lawless, the subversives, we were working closely together, me as the assistant to the governor of Metro Manila and he as the superintendent of the Northern Police District, performing still at the age of 69 his sworn duty as law enforcer. Not only did he stay in his post to ward off the lawless in our midst, to keep Metro Manila safe for the residents, but he also stayed on to lend his vision and expertise, which his experience had honed through the years. Tom's contribution to the Metropolitan Manila Commission's round-the-clock Committee on Justice, chaired no less than by the Governor of Metro Manila, was immeasurable. Noong panahon na inilunsad ng ating unang ginang, ang KKK, ay hindi nahuli ang ating kasama't kabalikat at kaisa sa damdaming General Tomas Caringal na inilunsad din niya sa headquarters ng Northern Police District ang KKK project ng mga sundalo at opisyales ng Northern Police District. Ang katunayan nga noon ay nagkaroon ng anibersaryo ang Metropolitan Command at ang ating unang ginang ay pinakita at iniligid ni General Caringal sa palisdaan ng Talapia na pinagkikitaan ng mga kawal ng ating bumubuo ng Northern Police District. At sa ating pagtingin sa paligid-ligid natin ngayon, alam kong itong ganitong pagtitipon at pagkakataon ay nagbibigay ng lubos-lubusang kagalakan sa ating binibigyan ng parangal ngayong hapon. Naririto ang mga nakatataas na pinuno ng pamahalaan. Naririto rin naman ang mga pinakamaliit at naglilingkod sa pamahalaan. Napansin ko naririto rin ang ating mga taga-barangay, ang mga vendors, ang mga nagtitinda sa Cubao na lahat na ito. Sa loob ng 40 taon na paglilingkod sa pamahalaan ng ating general, ay kailanman hindi ipinagkait ang kanyang paglingap at ang kanyang pagmamahal. Kaiba lamang ang ating pagtitipon ngayon, sapagkat kung nabubuhay si General Caringal, kailanman bagamat taglay ng kanyang katauhan, ang kapangyarihan at ranggo, ay hindi mo makikita ang si Tom Caringal ay gumigit na at lumalantad sa ganitong pagkakataon. Sa mga ganitong pagtitipon, dito sa lungsod ng Quezon, sa City Hall, makikita mo si Tom nakatago dyan sa isang poste, pinangangalagaan ang katahimikan at ang kapayapaan ng ating kapaligiran, ng mga namumuno sa ating pamahalaan. This gloomy and overcast afternoon, we bid goodbye to a colleague, a friend, and a compadre with the heaviest of heart. I owe him much, all of us owe him a lot. And the sad thing about it is that we can only repay him with our purest thoughts and our deepest admiration. Farewell, Tom, and I shall forever salute you as all must, a good and untiring soldier of the new republic.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the necrological services for the late General Tomas Caringal here at the lobby of the Quezon City Hall.
First Lady, who inspired this solemn but fitting ceremony to honor a great friend, General Tomas B. Caringal, the members of the bereaved family, my countrymen. This afternoon, we pay tribute to a fallen comrade whose tragic and treacherous death has shocked all of us, and certainly the rest of our countrymen. General Tomas Caringal is an officer we all liked so much My admiration for Tom started when I was a young lieutenant at Regan Barracks, headquarters of the 22nd PC Company at Legazpi, Albay, where I first met him. Later, when I was assigned in Intelligence Division of the 2nd Military Area, I worked under Tom in Task Force Spider during the height of the anti-dissident campaign in southern Luzon zone. From him, I learned the nuances of intelligence operations, for he was a seasoned intelligence and operations man whose combat experience eventually put to an end the long, bloody careers of the top Hawk leaders of the Bicol regions. Today, here lies General Tomas Karingal, the great soldier whose reason for dying is known only to God. In his lifetime, he was an idealism that recognized the Supreme Being, that planted respect in the service, that overthrew fear and enhanced the people's trust in government. His was idealism that followed every lawful order, that fixed a standard of value upon men above riches and gold, and lifted high the torch of public service in the minds of the people he served. General Karingal was of a gentle kind. I always admired him as a highly respected law enforcement administrator whose loyalty and dedication to the service earned honors and prestige to the law enforcement profession. A devoted public servant, he was better known for his humility, honesty, sincerity, and integrity beyond reproach. Precisely because of this, my respect for him grew deeper and greater as we worked longer together in the greater Manila area. I was commissioned by His Excellency President Marcos to deliver to him a copy of his special orders for call to active duty in the Armed Forces of the Philippines to frustrate an otherwise brilliant political career, for Tom was very much loved, he was very much liked. On the 27th of April, 1978, I was greatly honored when the First Lady, Madame Imelda Romualdez Marcos, gave me the privilege as senior aide-de-camp to His Excellency President Marcos to announce the promotion of Tomas Karingal to the rank of Police Brigadier General as an exemption to the Police Professionalization Act, Presidential Decree 1184, by reason of his invaluable and honorable service. On the 7th of May, 1984, I left Tom in Naga City, in the same general area where I met him in the early 50s, many, many years back. But this time, he was tasked and charged to arrange, as he had successfully arranged, the security requirements of the First Lady in her visit to the Bicol regions. This was the last time I saw Tom. General Karingal passed to the great beyond to join the ranks of those who had fallen in the service of our motherland. His passing leaves a deep void in our midst, for he was a strong pillar of the law enforcement community, a defender of public safety. He was regarded among the police administrators as a symbol of maturity, vitality, and strength, for he was indefatigable, firm, durable, never vindictive at all. His departure indeed is a great loss to all of us. But we are consoled with the thought that he gave his best to the service of his country and people whom he loved so well. To the bereaved family, his relatives and friends, we can only pray for the eternal repose of his soul. For God has finally decided to recall him ahead of us. And as the Lord has said, all our life, we will sweat to master it, till we return into the ground, for out of it we were taken. For dust we are, and unto dust we shall return. May he rest in peace. Madam, in compliance to your instructions, the Joint Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, in recognition of his invaluable and honorable services, has recommended to the President the award of the Distinguished Service Cross, Service Star, for his services in the military. With your permission, I will request the members of the bereaved family to please come forward, and the Adjutant General, General Simporoso Duque, to read the citation.
After delivering his eulogy, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Fabian C. Ver, has announced the promotion and the decorations for General Tomas Caringal.